Okay, hey y'all, so it's gonna be really quick today because I mean it's always fucking quick. I'm just gonna clean my face, ignore this big ass thing. I tried to pop it yesterday at my job and it was like just really hard and pointy, and then all of a sudden it's like a whole ass volcano this morning. So now I'm gonna tone my face, which I don't recommend this toner anymore because I watched the Beautyologist video because of my cousin, and now I'm woke, so now I'm like fuck, like I feel really bad using it right now, but this is all that I have, so I mean it is what it is. I look so light, what the fuck. So I'm just gonna moisturize really quick. This is with the BEVERLY or BEVERLY True Moisturizing Balm, and I always get the mini. I didn't even know that this was the mini. I thought this was like the regular size. Now we're gonna go ahead and prime with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, and I always like to rub it on my fingers to get it warmed up just so it easily spreads. It is on the super tacky side, but I'm obsessed with this primer. Okay y'all, and I do want to be real and let you guys know that I did cop a new foundation, but hopefully if today is a good ass day I'll be able to film 2 videos like in one day. But for right now, for this look, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in the shade 332C. So it's a little bit like richer than me right now, so I'm gonna be really chill with it, so you can tell, you know. But once we put in like all the powder and shit like that, it's gonna be more seamless. And this is my new best friend. This is another Real Techniques brush. I'm using my fave, the Huda Beauty powder, and I'm gonna be using a brush for this. I'm like dipping my brush in because I only want like the lightest bit of powder. Like during nighttime out makeup, I don't mind putting more powder on or basically baking my face, but for day-to-day shit, like I'm gonna be out in daylight, I just think it looks really bad and chalky. So you want to keep it really light with the powder. You don't need a lot of powder. So for under the eye, I'm gonna kind of roll it in the, only because I want to do the same motion on my face. So we're basically like patting and rolling. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing. Let me just blend it. This is a SEPHORA MICROSMOOTH powder, and I got in the shade Sand, and I'm gonna set the rest of my face, and I'm literally just like, and then I'm just gonna like pat it in. Like super lightweight powder, so it's not gonna add any like coverage like a powder foundation would. It's just gonna like literally set it. Okay, so at this point I'm just gonna lightly bronze up the face. I'm gonna be using this Morphe brush and my Fenty Beauty Sunstalker. Okay, and the star of the show pretty much is this Milani palette. I don't have anything that's like pink, and this month I'm doing all pink pretty much. So everything I have, like these are berries, but you don't have like any like powder puff pink or pastel pink or like even blue tone pinks. The Jackie Aina palette, thank Jesus, you guys are gonna see this look soon because I just did this on my G story as well. And then everything else is like peachy colors. So I saw this and I was like, okay, might as well grab it. It has like this nice peachy soft pink. You can even tell the blue tones from here. Yeah, look at this, unique ass colors. Like these like mauve pinks I thought were really special. So this is pretty much the palette that we're gonna be using right now. Okay, so now we got all up close and personal. We're gonna use a couple palettes, starting with the Morphe Dare to Create, and we're basically just gonna be using this color here all up in our like crease transition area, just to give us like a nice base. So we're gonna start building that right over here and keeping it just solely in this area. I don't know what this little bump is, but we're gonna let it do its thing while it's on my eye. And we want to take up this whole space here and make sure that it's nice and blended. I mean, the idea is that we're already making like sort of a soft cut crease vibe, and keeping the darker color up at the top, and we're gonna kind of blend it towards the tip of the eyebrow here. So now with a thinner fluffy brush still, and we're actually gonna go in with Offline from this Milani palette, which is this like blue toned pink mauve color. So pretty. And we're just gonna pop it in the same area, kind of being a little bit more precise of that shape that we're creating. Okay, so blending always looks fucking stupid when you're first doing it. And now I'm just gonna incorporate this color here. It's called Boozy Bunch or Boozy Brunch. Okay, and this is just gonna be like our color to marry everything together, just like our topper, to kind of soften everything out. Just on top of everything, leading more towards the brow bone here. And then we're gonna add depth in a second. So that's gonna give us that soft cut crease effect. This is in Me Time, and we're just gonna place that all over into the lid, anywhere where we were avoiding to put any product. And we're just patting that in. I was honestly looking for a fluffier flat brush that I have, but I can't find it. So I'm using this one, but if you have a fluffier brush, it's going to be less work because it's going to create that airbrush effect for you. With this one, you kind of have to pat softly around, but it's going to create a harsh edge. So you got to be really careful with how you blend it into the eye. So we're taking that all the way to the top, and then we're going to correct it with some depth. Okay, so now we're kind of zooming out just a bit. Now here's where we're going to create some depth. Okay, we're going to grab a little pencil brush like this. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the soft Glam palette, and we're gonna go in with Rustic, which is like my new favorite color to use all the time. It's just like the perfect chocolate brown, and it's not too red, too warm, too cool. It's like right where it has to be. So here we're gonna create this like V type of shape, and we're like patting the shape in because I don't want it to be too harsh. And then we're gonna start blending it upwards. So we can eventually go in here and kind of carve out where our crease, our fake crease is. Okay, because we don't want to make it a little too brown, we're gonna still grab Offline, and we're gonna kind of help create that shape at the top. And we're gonna reintroduce Me Time right where you see that you created that cut. Okay, for this bottom lash line color, we're gonna grab a little bit of Boozy Brunch and Offline, and we're gonna blend that out at the bottom, kind of to connect it towards the top. And we're using the same brush that we have Rustic on, just because I want some of those tones to be mixed in there. Now we're gonna go in with Rustic, just because I want to be careful with those like purpley tones. I don't want them to like mess up with my eye too much. So leaving Rustic closer to the lash line and making sure I get that connection from the top. It's about like controlling the shape that you're creating. Okay, for the inner part of my eye, I'm just gonna grab a little bit of Tempera from that soft Glam palette, and I'm just gonna pat it in so we have like an eye-opening effect without being shimmery. So for this look, I actually did individual lashes, but I don't have any today, so I'm just gonna grab my DEMI Wispies, only because it kind of gives me the same effect. Honestly, I love putting on my lashes because this is the moment where everything looks like it's coming together. Like your eyeshadow can look fucking dumb, crazy, or like super dramatic, and the second you pop eyelashes on, you're just like, oh, okay. And with this whole look, what I basically did is I reshaped my eye. So definitely if you have a similar eye shape to me and on the more hooded side, I would always recommend to get eyelashes that don't come all the way into the corner of your eye and kind of like leave off a little space, and then you really get that lift. And this just looks completely open. Okay, so at this point we're gonna finish up the face. So I'm gonna grab this really nice pretty pink color to the 10 from ColourPop, and I'm gonna grab it with my Real Techniques brush. I don't want the face to be too bronzy, but I definitely want some blush action. So I'm gonna grab this lip liner from NYX, and it's in the shade Nude Truffle. Okay, literally blessed that Manny got me like a backup battery. But anyways, so I just finished lining my lips with Nude Truffle. Now I'm gonna go in with this lipstick from MAC. It's from their Powder Kiss. Is this it? Yeah, it's in the shade Reverence. Y'all, I usually fucking hate colors like this, but this one is literally so pretty, and I'm gonna just center it in the center part on my lip. I don't want to lose the lip liner. And now I'm gonna go over with my Patrick Ta lip gloss, and for the most part this is pretty sheer. I'd say it has like a slightly pinkish champagne. I think champagne would be the best way to describe it, and it has some like gold flecks in it. And I already did my eyebrows with Brow Wiz and Ebony. We're gonna give my eyelashes a cute little curl. My hair was straight this day, but I feel like with the curls it looks way more like almost romantic. I really wish I didn't have that pimple on my face, but okay y'all, this is basically the look that I did for my Instagram page. I hope you guys liked it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this sound or not because I was like pretty much in a rush, but if I do do a voiceover, I'm just gonna try to save most of the clips where I'm really showing you what I'm doing. And as you can see, the eyes look completely smooth and put together at this point, because I know it was looking kind of crazy, and even I was like, okay, it's looking kind of like muddy and shit. Now that we got the whole face all making sense, now I want to touch on complexion really quick, because now you guys can see that it's more of like a blend between my shoulders and my arms. Obviously my chest can't keep up with the color, but you know, I just want to make that clear, because how can you trust anybody if they don't have their complexion right? It's like, it's 2020 y'all. Like if you don't have your complexion down, if your foundation ain't matching, then you know, I can't trust you. I can't rely on you. I'll do one more like close-up type